Well, hey there. Welcome to the Paw Paw Chronicles and More with Jim. Well, today turned out to be a nice day, good weather. Give me an opportunity to get outdoors, look things over. And one thing that I wanted to do is look over some of the pawpaw trees that I have out here. This tree, incidentally, is an NC, or not an NC1, an Overleese. My apologies. This is an Overleese tree that I had purchased at the Paw Paw Festival here in Ohio in 2019, and it's a grafted tree, and it came from an individual by the name of Ron Powell, Dr. Ron Powell. You know, this is one of my favorite grafted trees. Not only that, one of the first grafted trees that I had bought. Now I have to assume that the seedling was at least 2 years old when it was grafted. So we're looking at a seedling that was started in 2017. So that would place this tree roughly around 5 years old. However, the graft itself took place in 2019, which would mean the graft itself is a 3-year-old grafted tree. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about is flower set. Now, I had did an assessment, a video earlier, and it was titled NC1 Assessment. This in here is going to be an assessment of what it is I see as an individual with the Overleese. Now the NC1, which by the way is over that way, I had talked about how the flower set was close to the main leader branches. And right now I'm looking at this tree right here, and I pretty much see that going on with this tree. Right here we have 2 leader branches that are coming up, and on the leader branch there's a flower bud here, and on this leader branch there's a flower bud here, one here, and one here. Now the tree is not big enough in my opinion to carry fruit. However, the tree I'm going to use for productivity. Why and how? Well, even though I think that this tree is not large enough to carry fruit, when the flower buds open up, and if they're willing to after the winter, what I intend to do is collect pollen from this tree. And I'm going to cross it over to probably a sunflower that I have out front. I have netting. I'll make small netting bags, and I will protect the flower once I pollinate it from anything else getting into that flower. And then, fingers crossed, we'll see whether or not if I get fruit from that. And of course I'll collect the seed, grow the seed out, and or find somebody much younger than me to grow the seedlings to see what they get. And hopefully they continue to share observations. But the one thing that I had talked about, and I stated a little bit ago about the NC1, was the flower sets. Now, I'm looking at this tree right here, and I see the flower sets are being close to the main leader branches. Is that where the NC1 got its characteristics of the leader branch type flower sets? I don't know. May have had something to do with it. But the NC1 is a cross between the Overleese and a little tree here behind me, Davis, which Davis is nowhere big enough for me to look at that assessment. I'm constantly looking at the different varieties that I have here. I have mango, which I've stated what I thought about mango as far as where flower sets was in different videos. I have sunflower. I even have a rhydra out there that's flowering, that has flower buds in it for next year. And I'm going to do an assessment about that tree as well. I'm only talking right now about flower sets. And where are the flower sets carried? I don't like seeing flower sets way out here on the limb, because it would weigh that limb down and down and down and could eventually break that limb out. I don't like that. If they're tight and close to the main branch or the main feeder, I like that. And I'm seeing that with this NC1. Like I said, well, there's a branch coming off of the main leader, this one right here. There's a flower set that's real close to the main leader, as well as here. The little branch coming off, the flower sets, and there's two of them right there that are extremely close to this main leader branch. So I think I'm going to try to pay attention to that real close as the other varieties I have. I've been growing these pawpaws now for about 4 years, and I'm working on it, and it's going to take some more years to get to the point that I want to be at. I have Wabash, I have Shenandoah, I have Kentucky Champion, and Haviland Sidewinder, Quaker's Delight. I have a number of different varieties, even KSU, all three of their varieties, in this fruit garden. And as time goes on, I'll be able to come out here and make assessments like I just did with this one here and what I did previously with NC1. And I will be going up there to the front part of the property and make an assessment about the sunflower, as in concerns of flower sets, where they're at. I'm trying to think, where would it be most advantageous? Now, right here is a limb, and the main leader is coming from way back here, and I have flower sets that's out here on this limb. Now, as I said before, the tree is not big enough to carry fruit in my opinion, but I would not allow that fruit to generate way out here. The sunflower out front has a lot of flower sets in it, and it's more than big enough to carry fruit. But I will take a look at that and share that with you when I do that assessment on whether or not it'll carry fruit where I want it to carry fruit. Just something that I wanted to share with you. Pawpaws are a very amazing tree to work with, and if we pay close attention to what it is we're looking at, maybe somebody with more time in her life than I have, I'm getting up there in age, can do a little bit for the little tree in the way of breeding. My name's Jim. If you like what you see, subscribe. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. Pawpaws, amazing little trees to work with. Y'all have a God bless day.